but this one is gonna be pigment. Hey guys, welcome back. So got a swatch and review video for y'all today on these two palettes right here. These are both by Face Candy. This is the Unicorn Glow Highlight Collection, and this one is the Mermaid Glow Highlight Collection. And I actually do have the original palettes that these are supposed to be duping, which are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit and the Moonchild Glow Kit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about the pricing, and we'll look at the packaging on these palettes. We'll also look at some swatches and some comparison swatches, and then I'll just let you know what I think about these palettes, like how they are to work with, what the formula is like, and do I think that they are a dupe? So let's get to it. So these palettes are available from Shop Hush, and they are $12 individually, or you can purchase them as a bundle for $22. So awesome price point. Now let's talk about the Unicorn Glow first off. So packaging on this is beautiful. It's like a duochrome pinky sort of color. It's very just unicorny and iridescent and beautiful. So in comparison to the Aurora palette, which is what it's supposed to be duping, it is a larger palette, obviously a different color. I like the coloring on this one better. I think it's really pretty. I think this one's pretty too. This one's kind of like an ombre gradient sort of a look, but I just love how reflective this one is. Really, really pretty. So this one, the Aurora, does not come with a mirror, so you don't get a mirror in this one, and this is what the pans look like. That's what they look like. So they are square pans. The Unicorn Glow palette does come with a mirror, which is awesome. So you do get a nice functional mirror there, and these are circular shaped. So kind of some differences in packaging and what they look like. Also how the colors are laid out is different. Let me show you that. It's a lot of like, let me get everything situated and then I will show you happening in this video. So here they are side by side. So you can see they rearrange the colors, they change the color names, and then also the shape is different, and obviously the size and shape of the palette is different, and the coloring. So yeah, both really pretty, but I love the packaging on the Unicorn Glow. I think it's just beautiful and really fun. And then Mermaid Glow, I feel like it's just a little bit closer to Moonchild in that these are both blue, whereas the Aurora is more on the purpley side and Unicorn Glow is more on the pinky side as far as the packaging goes. So, I mean, these are both blue is what I'm trying to say. They're both really pretty. I think this is prettier. Again, this is kind of that like gradient sort of a look from white to light blue. This one is more of that unicorn iridescent. It's got a mermaid on it. So just really pretty. I could just stare at these. I think they're beautiful. So, so pretty. Same thing. This one has a mirror. This one does not. Same thing as far as size difference between the palettes go and shape of the actual pans. So here they are side by side. Again, they moved around the colors, they changed the names, all that good stuff. So yes, now we're gonna get into some comparison swatches. That's really where you get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Unicorn Glow versus the Aurora palette. So it's this one right here. So I've got them both swatched side by side for y'all. So what I've done is I've got the Unicorn Glow on the bottom of each one, and then the Aurora is on top. So side by side there, y'all can compare them. Okay, so first off, this is Wonder from the Unicorn Glow palette. I don't have the Aurora open, so just know this is the corresponding one from Aurora. Those are close. If y'all have ever like chatted dupes with me before or watched any of my videos where I'm talking about dupes, I'm really picky and I point out anything I see different. I can see differences between these two. The one from the Aurora palette is more yellowy, and the one from the Unicorn Glow is a little bit more greenish and almost champagne, just not quite as bright. Okay, next up we've got Dream, and then this is from the Aurora. And these, again, are slightly different, but really, really close. I mean, I'm grasping at straws here. This one from the Unicorn Glow is just a little bit more pinky, but they're very close. Then we have Stardust and the one from the Aurora kit. These are very, very close. Just the only difference that I mainly see is that the one from the Aurora kit is just a little bit brighter and more metallic, but they're very similar as far as like what kind of color they are. Next we have Celestial from the Unicorn Glow, and then the one from the Aurora kit. These again are close. The one from the Aurora kit is just a little bit more blue and maybe just a tinge brighter, but they're pretty close. Then we've got right here, this is Enchanted from the Unicorn Glow, and then we've got the one from the Aurora. That might be kind of hard to see on my skin tone. That one just kind of has more flashing to it. These are very close. The one from the Aurora kit looks like it has maybe just a little bit more pink to it, but very close. And then Fantasy from the Unicorn Glow and the one from the Aurora kit. The one from the Aurora kit is a little bit darker. It's like it's got more of a, it's not a blackened base, but it looks like it has a little bit more deep tones to it. So slightly different there, but I mean, I did use these on my eyes today and they look really similar on the eyes. I'll go over my makeup look in just a second. Now for swatches on Mermaid Glow, this one right here versus the Moonchild palette. So again, I've swatched them side by side. So this is going to be the Mermaid Glow on the bottom, and that's going to be the Moonchild on top. So this one right here is Siren versus the one from the Moonchild. The Moonchild one is a little bit brighter and more green. The one from the Mermaid Glow is a little bit less pigmented and slightly more blue. These two right here, this one is Enamored versus the one in the Moonchild palette. This one is more blue. This has a little bit more purple. They're very, very close. I'm grasping at straws once again. This one maybe has a little bit more shimmer to it, the one from the Moonchild, but they're very close. These are pretty different. This one is Aquarius from the Moonchild. No, not the Moonchild. From the Mermaid Glow. This is the Mermaid Glow versus the one in the Moonchild. This one from the Moonchild is more silvery blue, so definitely different there. Now we've got these two right here. This one is Lure, and this is Purple Horseshoe from the Moonchild. So this is Mermaid Glow. These are super duper close. I mean, I could say Mermaid Glow is maybe a little bit more purpley, but they're really, really similar. Not that different. This right here is Gleam from the Mermaid Glow, and this one is Pink Heart from the Moonchild. So these are very close to, they're all really close. I'm just telling you what I see as far as differences go. So Moonchild has a little bit more pink to it, whereas the Mermaid Glow one has a little bit more champagne light peach to it. And then these two right here are pretty similar as well. This one is Entranced from the Mermaid Glow, and this one right here is Star from the Moonchild. Star has more of like a silvery, well, they're both silvery, but it has more of a metallic, brighter base to it. So it's just a little bit brighter than the one from the Mermaid Glow. But again, they're all really, really close. Like I said, when I talk about dupes, I want you to know if I see differences between them. I mean, this right here, those are different, but they might look pretty close on your face. You know what I mean? So yeah, there are those. And then while I've got you guys in close, I'm gonna try to tell you what I used on my face. And I say try because I have to remember what I did. So I know for sure I used Fantasy on my lids. Fantasy is on this side, and then this side is the Anastasia palette. So I used that on my lids, but then I used a little dab of a bluish silvery color. So it was Blue Eyes from the Moonchild and Enamored from the Mermaid Glow. So the one in the middle on the top, I used kind of a little dab of that on the middle part of my lids, just the very center. I just wanted to play with a lot of different colors. And then on the inner corners of my eyes, I have Gleam from the Mermaid Glow, this one right here, and then the corresponding one from the Moonchild palette. And then on my cheeks, I have, what did I use? Blue Ice. I used Blue Ice, which ended up using, Blue Eyes from the Moonchild, and then which would be Enamored from the Mermaid Glow. So again, that top middle one. And it ended up being a lot more like purpley looking, but really pretty. Like I really, really super duper like it. So again, Anastasia on this side and the Face Candy one on this side. And then on the middle part of my lips, I used, I think the same pinky one. I think I used Gleam again. Yeah. So same thing. I think I used Gleam and Pink Heart right in the middle of my lips. So just wanted to play with a lot of different things. So this is an example of, they might look slightly different in a swatch, but I mean, on my face, they look really, really similar. Now let's talk about the formula on these highlighters and then versus the Anastasia ones. So as far as the formula goes on the Face Candy ones, these are like a more loosely packed but thicker in texture sort of a highlighter. So I hope that makes sense. Like for example, let me find the one that kicks up a lot. It is Dream. So Dream from the Unicorn Glow, this one right here. The rude camera cut me off, but what I was saying is Dream is just a really loosely packed highlighter. So it kicks up a lot of product in the pan and it's just kind of messy, but I don't find it difficult to use on the face. That's really what I find with these highlighters from Face Candy, is that they are kind of loosely packed, but they still have that thicker sort of a texture to them. So while they might get a little bit messy in the pans and not look so cute when you're kind of playing with your palette, it still works really well on the skin. Like it builds on itself really nicely. It's pigmented. I find that these wear well and they just look really, really pretty. So they might be a little bit messy to work with, but they're beautiful on the skin. Now comparing them with the Anastasia palettes, I find that these are a little bit more densely packed in the pan, but what I do notice with that is that as I swatch them, like I've had this one the longest, the Moonchild, it's kind of getting a little bit of hard pan just where I've swatched it and stuff. The other ones from Face Candy might do that at some point too, just as I swatch them more and show you guys in videos and whatnot. This one I've showed in videos several times, so I've swatched it a lot. So it is getting some hard pan, but you know those kind of more densely packed shadows and or highlighters, they can kind of get that hard pan sometimes. So I do notice that with this one, but I think once I kind of like dig my brush across it, it's fine. So I just noticed that these are a little bit more densely packed in the pan, and they don't have that like quite as thick of a texture as these. So honestly, I like them both. I like the formula on both. This one is going to start out a little bit more maybe soft and I guess slightly natural looking on a first application, whereas this one is going to be difficult to get kind of a sheer application. So this one is a little bit more kind of buildable, and I feel like you have maybe more options with this, but this one is going to be pigmented right off the bat, just because it's that thicker sort of a texture. So I really like them both. I mean, overall review on these palettes, let's just get into it. I think they're awesome. I mean, for $12, I think they're beautiful. While the colors aren't exact, as you were seeing in the swatches, they're really close. And on the face, I don't think anybody would be able to tell the difference. I think they're absolutely a comparable product. Really, really nice quality, great price point. I think they're fun. I love them. All right, guys, so that's my overall review on these palettes. So I hope that you really enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful for you. Please do a thumbs up if it was. Let me know down below if you've tried these palettes. What do you think about them? I would love to know your thoughts and opinions. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.